Hello, welcome to our channel. We listen to beautiful short stories here. The story of this episode:
The Woodcutter. A man used to go to the desert every day and collected firewood and took them to the city to sell. He had a simple life. He was alone and did not have a family. One day he looked at the collected firewood. It was enough for that day. Then he should have gone to the city to sell all of them. He put the firewood on his back and headed towards the city. He saw a shadow from far. First it was unclear. The shadow was moving fast. He paid attention to it more carefully to see what it really was. The shadow was coming closer and closer. It became clear little by little. This time he paid attention more. Wow! It was a camel that had stampeded and was running towards him madly. The camel was nearly crushing him. The man was scared to death. He did not know what to do or where to go. The camel was approaching to him. He started to run away. The firewood on his back was heavy. He had to drop it down or the camel could reach him easily. He was running, and the camel was chasing him. All at once he saw a well which he saw it on his way every day. He thought for a second, yes, he should have entered the well. It was his only choice, so he could get rid of that mad camel. He then could climb up the well, take his firewood, and sell them in the city. He went into the well slowly and carefully and grabbed 2 branches which had been grown at the mouth of the well, and then he hung down the well. He was suspended there, so he caught the branches more tightly. They were just like a tie between his death and his life. 1 or 2 minutes passed. He could hear the camel wandering around. He was not able to be suspended more. He should have leant his feet somewhere. He moved a little to find the wall of the well. Suddenly his foot touched something hard. He fixed his feet there. He breathed slowly and thought, I got relieved. I stay here for some minutes, then I go up. The camel may have left. There is no other sound. Yes, the camel must have left, but it's better to wait a little more. He looked down to see what under his foot was. The well was dark and he could see nothing. His eyes could see in dark better, and he saw he had put his feet on. Wow! He could not believe his eyes. There he saw the heads of 4 snakes had come out of the holes of the wall of the well, and he had put his foot just on their heads. If he picked up his foot, the snakes attacked and killed him. He was nearly losing his balance due to his fear. His hands were trembling. He looked at the bottom of the well. He did not know how deep it was. He was terrified more and suddenly shouted, No, no, please, God, help me. There were 2 shiny eyes at the bottom of the well. They were the eyes of a dragon that was watching him and waiting to attack and eat him. What must he have done? He could not concentrate at all. Fortunately, the branches were strong enough. He looked up. What a terrible scene! There were 2 big rats at the mouth of the well, chewing the branches. Everything was getting worse and worse. He tried to drive the rats away, but it was pointless. They were busy with chewing the branches. He was completely desperate and hapless. He knew he would die less than a minute. He thought hopelessly, There is no choice left for me. I am dying soon. There is danger at the top of my head and underneath my feet. I am terribly in trouble. His hands were so tired and started to tremble. He could not be suspended anymore. He should have found a solution. He might have fallen down the bottom of the well, and the dragon might have attacked and killed him because of his tiresome or the rats. His foot was still on the heads of the snakes. He could not move even a little. He looked at the branches. The rats were still busy with chewing them. He thought of picking something and throwing at them. By this, he could at least get free from the rats. He could then think about snakes. He stretches his arm and searched for something near the branches. His hand touched something. He looked at it. It was like a hive. Why he had not paid attention to it earlier? He had not seen it because of his fear. He was really hungry. Honey could be nice for him and make him feel a little better. He ate some. It was sweet. He ate a little more. Then he ate the honey more and more. He completely forgot where and in what trouble he was. He only thought about eating all the honey. He stopped thinking of the rats and the snakes and the dragon that was waiting to swallow him. The sweet honey had made him forget everything. He suddenly was shaken and pulled down a little. He suddenly came to know and forgot the honey. He looked up at the rats. They were chewing the last ties of the branches. He did not have any chances. He remembered himself that was busy with just eating the honey at the time of adversity. Perhaps, if he had come to know earlier, he might have been able to find a solution. Maybe not. But his carelessness and ignorance had made his condition worse. The branches were totally torn out. He shouted loudly and fearfully. He saw himself on the air falling down in the well. His loud shouting echoed there. Seemingly, someone was telling him, "This is the punishment for the one who is carefree and does nothing at the time of adversity." Some seconds later, his shouting and its echoing disappeared, and there was nothing but silence. It seemed like anything had not happened there, and nobody was hanging from the branches down the well. The snakes that had been gotten rid of the woodcutter's foot went back to their holes. There was nothing up out of the well, no camel and no rats. There was only a bunch of the firewood left behind the woodcutter being scattered by the wind.
Thank you for listening to our short story, and sorry if the video was not in its best form. Thank you for supporting us and helping us progress. Please like us and press the subscribe button and leave a comment for us to progress.